This is how I made a beautiful Chantilly lace scarf as a perfect accessory for a strapless wedding dress. It's Sew Something Sunday. I started out by sourcing a variety of laces for the client to decide what kind of lace she wants. After some feedback, she decided she wanted a delicate lace, so we went with a Chantilly lace from Oscar de la Renta, and we needed precisely 4 yards of this lace. The great thing about lace is it doesn't need much finishing, it just needs to be scalloped and the selvage edge to be removed. For this project, I got to try out this new electric scissor, and let me tell you, this makes a world of a difference. It cuts through the fabric like butter and it doesn't snag the fabric. I have fully been converted. After carefully cutting the scallops out of the fabric, I was left with this beautiful eyelash scalloped lace. So the width of this lace ended up being a little bit too thick, so we're going to add a seam through the middle. I ended up removing 4 inches total, so I'm lining up my seam at the 2-inch mark and sewing with a narrow zigzag. I use a narrow zigzag stitch instead of a straight stitch because lace stretches and this allows the lace to stretch while a straight stitch does not. Then I cut off the excess, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance so that we can French seam. I'm folding the fabric like so and then sewing right next to the seam allowance so that we have a clean finished French seam. I noticed when I opened the fabric up that the seam wasn't laying flat, so I ended up top stitching the seam down, so I guess it's like a flat felled French seam. Either way, it's not noticeable while the scarf is worn, and this scarf perfectly completed the look.